Good morning, Steve Jolly with Benchmark Realty and the Music City Show. We are so glad you could join us this morning. I want to give a special shout out and a thank you to all my loyal viewers. We are so happy you showed up today to tune in to the Music City Show. Thank you so much. And we are here to talk to you today about the 3 reasons why most people fail at negotiation, and the 1 tactic you should never use. All right. And so we're going to talk about those 3 ways, and then I'll go into detail about each one of them and what we do to make a difference. We'll also talk about the market update today, and then I'll give you a sneak peek of what to expect in next week's show. So surrender is the very first one, and that means that surrender. What I mean when I say that is you don't fight at all. You just totally give up and you just pay whatever they're asking for. And it's such a popular technique. You would think most people don't do this, but it's such a popular thing that happens. It happens enough where car salesmen have even given people a name that do this. They call them a lay down customers because they immediately surrender. Well, here's the good news. Hey, I'm here to protect you from that. And the first thing you want to know is I don't give up easily. I'm very hard-headed, I'm stubborn, and I'm going to fight for you to the very end. So I'm not going to give up on you. I'm not going to surrender or lay down. I'm going to fight for what's right for you. But even more importantly than that, the reason why most people surrender or lay down is they don't have the data and the information to create a good enough argument and where they feel comfortable in negotiation. So I'm going to arm you and I'm going to empower you with data, information, advice, so you can make the very best decision for yourself. You can decide when you want to walk away. You can also decide when you want to pay a premium because it's the right thing to do for you and your family. But our goal here is to get you the best deal that we can, no matter the situation. So that's what I'm going to do for you. That's how I'm going to protect you from being a lay down customer or surrendering from the start. Let's talk about the next item on my list, and that's emotional manipulation. And if you think that happens a lot in car sales, it happens 10 times as hard in real estate. And that's why you hire an agent. And that's what I'm here for, is I am your shield. And we don't have to worry about as much right now being a seller, but still it's important. And so I'm your shield. So I'm going to protect you. I'm going to be a layer against that emotional manipulation for you. But here's what I'm also going to do. I'm going to filter away fact from fiction. So I'm going to push away all the emotional garbage, and I'm going to give you the facts. I also have a highly tuned BS detector. I'm going to tell you what it says, and I'm going to give you my best advice of what I would do if I were in your shoes. So that's how we shield you from emotional manipulation. We don't let it get to you. We filter out the fact from fiction, and then we give you the best advice of what we would do. And we also point out where we think they're not being 100% truthful, or they might be misleading, or they might be able to try to push your buttons with a little fear. We're not going to let that happen. The third way, and this is a real common thing too, is the meet in the middle tactic. Let's say the buyer's at 200, you're at 220, and so the buyer decides to offer 200 because they're willing to go to 210, but they want to start at 200 so they have some room for negotiation. Well, having room for negotiation is okay, but knowing that you're wanting to meet in the middle is a bad idea, because you're not planning to win with that tactic. You're planning to lose, and you're automatically planning to give up at 50% of the difference before you even start. It's not really a tactic at all. It's just a bad strategy that a lot of people employ. But here's what I say to do instead. So you should negotiate based on the mission and purpose of the other side. So it takes some homework, that takes some listening skills, that takes some knowing what buyers and sellers really want in this market. So we're going to base it on what they want, what they don't want, what their fears are, their desires, their needs. That's how we're going to present our offer. We're going to create a vision in their mind so that they see that we are the best option for them. Of all the hundreds of millions of options that are out there in the world, they're going to see that we are the best option, or we're going to do our best to position you and your property in that light. So we're not going to meet in the middle. We're going to be negotiating based on the mission and purpose in the other side. And that's all about creating a vision. And that's the most important thing you can do in any negotiation, is create a vision of what you have and how it can make the other person's life better, and how they can be fulfilled by purchasing that. So those are the three tactics. We aren't going to use those. Like I said, instead we're going to create a vision for you so you have better negotiation, so you sell your home faster, so people are more satisfied, so they don't have buyer's remorse. And most importantly, it puts a few extra $1,000 in your pocket at the end of the day. That's what we're here for. We don't want to give you, we want to give you the best service that you can get. Not just full service, we want to give you world-class service. That's what we're here for. All right, so let's dive into the market update for this week. So sales, good news about sales. Well, 4 out of the last 5 weeks, we are trending above 2019. So it's been since the beginning of April, or since March, where we were that consistent with home sales. So it's been a long time coming, but 4 out of 5 weeks, we beat 2019. I expect us to continue to do that. However, we're also at the time of the year where sales start to decline. It's just the natural seasonality of this business. You know, the end of July, typically people start taking that last minute summer vacation. They get ready for schools to start. They get super busy, and they just don't have as much time to buy and sell homes. And a lot of times too, people want to be in their homes before the school season starts. So that's why you typically start to see a slow decline in June or July that goes all the way through the end of the year. And that's where we're running into now. Now, I don't know if we're there yet, but it kind of looks like we are. And this is one of the reasons why. Is because of new listings. So new listings are the ultimate leading indicator for sales, because without listings, you can't really have sales. So we're starting to see a plateau here over the last 2 months, and maybe even a slight annual decline. And that's kind of what when I say an annual decline, I'm not talking about a huge roller coaster dive. I'm talking about a slow, gradual decline all the way through January. So it looks like we're starting that. We could get another boost because it's a weird year. We really don't know what to expect. But we'll hang in there. Just know that I'll keep an eye on it for you, and I'll let you know what's happening each and every week. Showings, again, we're well ahead of 2019, but once again, this is also the time of year where they start to slow down. Have we plateaued? I don't know, but we are significantly ahead of 2019. That is the good news. The market is still strong. There's still a ton of demand out there. So even if you're thinking of selling, just know this, the demand is out there. And homes under contract, we're well ahead of 2019. Very strong. And so I don't think we've peaked yet, but we have, but we are really close to that. So homes going under contract, we're close to the peak. It's going to, now one of the problems with homes going under contract is about 25% of our new construction. That means they don't all close within 30 days. Some of those are 3 months, 6 months, as long as 8 or 9 months out. So not all these are going to close. So we still could have some room left for new construction to continue to go under contract, but we are really close to our peak, and we'll keep an eye on that for you too. So if you enjoy, but one last chart we've got for you today is the median sales price. With most of the data in for July, we're looking at a median sales price right now of $328,520. We've been right around that 330 mark all month. I expect we'll stay there by the time we hit the end of the month. So prices are still rising. Even though the market starts to fall, I don't expect prices to fall that much, just because the inventory is so low and there's still a strong demand out there for homes. And if you enjoy looking at these charts, or if you want to find the value for your current home, or you want to watch this show again, or want to watch the old shows, the place to go is MusicCityShow.com. You'll get all this information there and more. MusicCityShow.com is the place you want to go. Coming up next week on the Music City Show, I've got a great show lined up for you. We're going to be talking about customer service, but way beyond that, way beyond full service, we're talking about world-class service for our clients. And the one thing you don't want you don't want to let your agent do this to you. That's coming up next week on the Music City Show. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are so appreciative of our loyal viewers. If you have any questions or concerns, you can always text me at 615-257-9996. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Peace and love, y'all.